Hi, I'm John O'Brien with Sedona.biz, and this is the wide world of Scorpion sports. And I'm here today with Sedona Red Rock High School head swim coach, AJ Bronson. AJ, how are you on this very beautiful day in Sedona?
Fantastic, John. How yourself?
I'm fantastic, and this is a great time of year, isn't it? Especially for jumping in the pool.
It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful day, though.
So, AJ, tell me a little bit about your coaching background and your coaching experience with Sedona Red Rock High, and then prior to that.
Okay. Well, this is my 8th year coaching, 4th year at Sedona Red Rock High School as a head coach. Before then, I started coaching when I was about 17. Actually here in Sedona on the club team under Coach Aaron Estes. Okay. After that, I went into swimming college for a little bit, for a year out in a small Texas school. And then from there, when I transferred to NAU, I helped with the club team up there and coached under Coach Andy Johns and helped with the NAU women to a very small extent.
So swimming has been in your life since you were a kid, I imagine.
Yeah. I've been doing this since I was, 7, 8, something like that.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's fantastic. And what I've also come to understand is that you were the coach of the year in 2011, the high school coach of the year in the state. And talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it was my 2nd year as head coach. We had just changed from 25 kids on our team, boys and girls combined, to 45 at the beginning of the 2nd year. And there's 2 divisions in swimming, so there's 60 teams in both divisions, and it's a coach-voted sport or coach-voted award. So out of 60 teams, I got the most votes for Division II Swim Coach of the Year. My 2nd year coaching.
That is absolutely fantastic. So out of 60 schools in this state, you were voted by the other coaches as the Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's quite impressive. That's extremely impressive. And you're also a teacher at Sedona Red Rock High. You're in the humanities department, I believe. You English and history.
I teach.
Talk about that.
I teach English and history, 9th and 10th graders primarily, and I also teach an AP course, AP World. The first time we've offered this in 7 years. So I teach both of those. I love it. History is my passion. I'm trying to bring the love of history back to some of these youngins, and
good for you.
Hopefully, get them involved in it if we can.
That's fantastic. That is impressive, and I guess you're also. Currently, you're working on your PhD. Yeah,
I got my bachelor's and master's up at NAU in history and secondary education. I took a year off and realized, well, I kind of want to still go back to school, learn some things. So right now I'm getting my my PhD in general psychology with an emphasis in technology and learning. Pretty much how technology helps the learning environment, how it affects work communities, that kind of stuff through GCU.
Fantastic. And what's also very interesting and unique about your situation is that you are a Sedona Red Rock High School graduate, and you were on the swim team for 4 years and also the swim captain. That must be interesting, coming back and being a teacher now.
Well, it really is. I mean, I graduated in 2005. Our class was 77 kids, which was awesome. I swam all 4 years under Coach Mark Kincaid. And I was actually coached by some of my assistants right now when I was on the team, which is an interesting little take. But coming back at the same school, most of the kids that I'm teaching are some of the younger siblings of some of the ones that I taught or that I was with, and then some of the teachers are actually my former teachers, which getting over that hump and calling them by their first name is difficult, but it works out pretty well.
That must be really interesting for you. Now talk a little bit about your coaching philosophy at the swim team. Just talk a little about your philosophy with the kids.
Well, mostly on a high school team like this, you don't get year-round athletes, year-round swimmers. A lot of our kids in this community go to other sports. So we have to train them hard, we have to train them fast, and get them ready in 2 months in order to get ready. So my big thing is legs and lungs. We make sure that the kids have strong, powerful legs so they can kick off the wall and beat all the other opponents off the wall. And then lungs. They need big lung capacities, need to be able to get their breath going, make sure that they are better in shape than everyone else.
Fantastic. I like that, legs and lungs. That's cool. And then you've got some longtime assistant coaches that were evidently your coaches when you were a student there. Talk about who are the assistant coaches and give us just a brief little background on them, very brief.
Well, I have 4 assistant coaches right now. Erin Estes, who I mentioned earlier, she's been in the community for 20 years. She was my coach. She primarily works with our newbies, comes in and really trains them up. We have Paul Kate, who's been in the community for 25, 30 years, again, started the club program that was here and was my coach, still a master's coach too. Frank Agrigos, who started swimming the very first year that the high school team started, and he's our in-water coach. He swims with the kids, pushes them, really works hard with them. And finally, my assistant coach, Keegan Hall-Spector, also Red Rock High graduate, graduated in 2003, volleyball, swimming. She's a fantastic addition.
It sounds like you got such a great team.
It's
helping out, and a lot of experience.
Awesome.
A lot of experience. Let's talk about the girls' team first. Who are some of the top swimmers, and what events are they best at? Some of those top girl swimmers.
We have a really good girls' team this year. So far, we've had 5 meets. They're 4-1.
Fantastic.
Our captains are pretty much our strongest swimmers. Sophia Leischer, senior, Haley Holverson, Katie Millar, all seniors. And our 2 other strong ones would be Emily Aiken and Shayla Diarmant. The big ones that they always push in are the 1500 freestyle or sprint events. Haley Holverson and Shayla just qualified for state this past weekend. And then Katie Millar, Emily Aiken are going to qualify in the 100 back. And then Sophia Leischer is poised to break the school record this year in the 100 breast, which has stood for 12 years now.
Oh, really? So Sophia Leischer, she's looking like she could break that long-standing school record.
Yeah, it's been here for 12 years from Kelly Bushy, and I think she's going to break it this year, and it's pretty amazing because she's only been swimming for a year and a half now.
Wow.
So
that is absolutely fantastic. Well, good luck to Sophia on that one.
Let's hope she gets it.
Yeah. How about the boys' team? Who are some of your top swimmers there, and how are they doing this year?
This year, the boys, we were kind of in a little rebuilding phase because we lost 8 boys last year. But they're still fighting strong in the 5 meets. We're 3-2.
Okay.
So we're still sitting right there. We barely edged out Flagstaff last week. Our top boys are probably Colin Herkett, senior. He's been swimming all 4 years. He had a little bit of an injury. He tore his labrum at the beginning of the season, but he's coming back from it, and he qualified at state this past weekend, 200 free. Nick Morgan, another senior, 4 years. Again, going to qualify in the 200 and the 500 free. And then Benny Guadarrama, who's a junior, in the 100 butterfly, one of the hardest events to swim. He's looking at getting below a minute, which is incredibly difficult in butterfly, and probably going to go hopefully top 8, top 10 this year.
Really? Yeah. That's terrific. It sounds like you got quite a group of swimmers there that are doing some good things.
Yeah.
How many meets do you guys usually have every year? How many swim meets?
Usually
typically?
we have about 8 dual or tri meets between 1 or 2 other schools. And then we also have 3 qualifiers where we can qualify for state. You can only qualify in certain invitationals.
And
about 11.
And so about 11 total, and you've got 5 done right now. So
Yeah.
And what are some of the future meets coming up, and some of the dates of those?
Well, October 3rd, this Thursday, we have one against Mingus at Mingus,
Okay.
Mingus and Flagstaff. October 8th is our next home meet. It's against Arizona College Prep, Canyon State, and Brigade. It's a 4-way meet. And our big one that we really want to try and get as much support as we can is October 22nd. It's the Sedona Mingus Cup. It's us versus Mingus, just head-to-head. We have a big old trophy. Whoever wins gets to take that trophy home. And
is that here in Sedona?
that's here at Sedona at Sedona Community Pool. You know, we've won it past 2 years. It's sitting in my classroom right now. I really don't want it to move.
Okay.
So, you know, we're going to be gunning for that one.
So that's October 22nd.
Yep.
Against Mingus. What time is that meet?
Meet starts at 4. It's
Okay.
it's over by 6. So all the excitement will be done in 2 hours.
Okay, fans, get out to the community pool October 22nd, 4 o'clock. Sedona Scorpions against Mingus Marauders. Let's take that one home again this year, because we got to keep that in your office.
We can't let that go.
We definitely don't want that one to go down to Cottonwood this year. So, and then the state championship swim meet. Talk about, when is that? What's the format, and how do the Sedona swimmers, how do they qualify for that meet?
Okay. Well, we have invites throughout the year, and there's 2 times. There's an automatic time and a consideration time. If the kids get an automatic qualifying time at one of these special invites, then they automatically get to go. If they get a consideration time, they have to, the top 32 go. So even if they get a consideration time, it's still only the top 32.
Okay.
So they need to make sure that they're within that range. It's November 7th and 8th. It's down at Skyline Aquatic Center. And the way it works is that the first day, all 32 athletes in every event swim. The next day, the top 16 come back and score points. So the goal is to swim fast that first day, but not too fast where you're not burned out for the next day.
I see. And how did the Scorpions compete last year in the state meet? How did things come out?
Last year, the girls got top 16, guys got 5th.
Great.
And remember, we're going against Arcadia, Catalina Foothills. We're going against these huge teams.
Okay.
So it's pretty incredible. The guys actually got second in 2 of their relays. They were a hair off of getting first. I think they broke 6 school records last year.
Wow.
So pretty big shoes to fill this year. But this year we're hoping that the girls will probably place top 10 because they got a stronger team. Guys, we're hoping for top 15.
Top 15, okay. Because guys, a little more rebuilding year.
A little bit more rebuilding.
Losing some people from last year.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up today? Just final thoughts on the swim program and your philosophy, perhaps. But
the season's going great. I'm extremely proud of these kids. They work hard. They maintain their high GPAs, and I'm just proud of them, and can't wait for the season to flesh itself out and see how they do.
Fantastic. I wish you luck this year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us in the studio. And I'm John O'Brien with swim coach AJ Bronson today with the Wide World of Scorpion Sports, and we will see you next time.